Greetings to each and every one of you, the constituency of West Fargo, North Dakota. We are delighted and enthused and motivated as never before. You all are worth far more than your network systems. Grand Forks with Alluris.com and the banking, mortgage, retirement, wealth management, emotional trauma, and Sanford Health knows trauma as well. Fox and friends of the Fox Network, they know trauma. We are encouraged with the FM ambulance service Ready Wheels that are located on 18th Street South, Fargo, North Dakota, with the ambulatory EMS services. We want to acknowledge and give observation for biological roots of crime with Adrian, Raine. And we trust that with our Facebook page that you are observing and following us. If you allow me, the slogan on Facebook with Adrian Raine, if you can pick up him with my Facebook page at St. Scholastics. And then with our addition with the mayoral election, the platform, a concern issue with housing, jailhouse reform for those that are released from incarceration of nonviolent crimes. What can be done to assist them to survive in this horrific day in which we're living in. Every day, I ask the higher power to preserve me from this perverse generation. The need of $18 million interval with the industrial park is overwhelming. With this forecast, a $100 billion export and import network with distribution. I'm glad for Betty Ransom Nelson, and also a topic of concern with our society, our elite society, Neon Trees, Tyler Glenn. And I spell Mr. Glenn for you, Glenn. Yet, Tyler Glenn, a believer in the Mormon Church and a concerned voter within our electoral network. We are in acknowledgement for a journalist of the Rolling Stones, and that's Brittany Spanos. And all of you with Donald Trump as our contender for the Republican candidacy as president nomination to attend the Republicans' National Convention. Sarah Taylor is positively converting the communications with her home cash code program. And then there's the Oak server opposed to Cisco and Midco Environmental Engineering and Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're going to hear more about that accounting firm, OWL. And please, again, we must be redundant. And I hate being redundant, but observe my Facebook page for entries with Talala Nathan or Thilla. Please, if I'm not pronouncing the name correct, accept it with friendship. And I spell for you Thillai. Tillai Nathan, with development policies, institutions, improve with few African nations with our Facebook page. If you would consider that article and that entry, development policies, institutions, improve few African nations. And then there's the metro train operating, managing stress and psychosocial risk at work, and having healthy workplaces, a campaign. Rich Gomez with Magnificent God, and Bobby Womack. An intern project with North Dakota. Amy Roach. These are highlights with our Facebook page, and we want you to review and give your observation, because it is out of necessity that I must work the works of the higher power that sent me to North Dakota in 1994 with Castleton, North Dakota website, and then the conglomerate #1 bank. And we just fell in love with this bank while in Reno, Nevada. We lived in Reno, Nevada for several years with the U.S. bank entities. Mr. Richard K. Davis is an American businessman, and he serves as chairman of the board and chief executive officer of U.S. Bank Corp. And what have I have done if it wasn't for U.S. Bank Corp? And please review ethics at U.S. Bank with the international regulators with an efficiency ratio. And we all will be glad for you doing just that. With the FM International Foods on Main and West Fargo, the Road to City Hall 2018. West Fargo, North Dakota mayor election will be simple, will be easy for me with the FM International Foods, an African market that is located on 25th, I think it is. I'm not positive. However, the Road to City Hall 2018 mayor election, West Fargo, North Dakota, please accept my preliminary introduction with West Fargo, North Dakota's 2018 election, comparing our election 2018 with Fargo, North Dakota, and Lewiston, Maine, a special election after the sudden death of their municipality executive. Let's look at interdepartmental financial affairs, budgeting, legal advocates for senior people with disabilities, neighborhood action committee, community development, economic relations, city housing programs, and last but not least, jailhouse reform. West Fargo, with its present administration, welcomes and supportive of economic development. In 5 years, compassing a wide variety of industries, including healthcare, financial services, manufacturing, telecommunications, a grandstand with consolidated communications, warehousing, distribution, a $100 billion import-export distribution center, printing and graphics. New projects are on the way. If elected, with the expertise of industrialization, compare now. What's next after comparing? Streamline development and review process. Delegate review of authority on traffic mass movements. With your eye on the future with Cheyenne Street, with storm water and construction site laws. Development review a must. Criteria will define. You look at 13th Avenue today. Today, July the 2nd, a Saturday. How much money was made from those employees that are doing construction on 13th Avenue, Fargo, North Dakota? Are they receiving time and a half, double time, employed on Saturday? Creative and development of public-private partnership that conclude comparing economic development. And how much monies do I need to succeed in this effort with City Hall, West Fargo, North Dakota? Let's observe hospitals, healthcare physician specialties. Facts about hospital physician quality, patient risk of dying for heart bypass, cancer surgery could be 81 and 9/10% lower on average at a hospital rated 5-star with essential health care. Sanford Health, Fargo, North Dakota, compared to Lewiston, Maine healthcare specialties compared to a hospital 1-star. For those medical procedures, Survey Synosis choosing 2018 ratio and radius with West Fargo, and Moorhead cities within a radius of Chicago, Illinois. Death in office. The chances on an average who will be next, excluding the state of Maine ratio with sleazy tactics. If you look at my webpage, the Facebook page, with a radius of Connecticut, New York, death in municipal executive office. Observation with communication, Cablevision, Lewiston, Maine, Fargo, North Dakota. Availability, Comcast cable, Charter cable, and Cablevision. Bundled cable TV, high-speed internet. How competitive, and phone to save